How to optimize your natural immune system and become 100% virus-proof. On the whole, your immune system does an amazing job of protecting you against disease-causing microorganisms. But sometimes it fails. A germ invades successfully and makes you sick. Is it possible to intervene in this process and boost your immune system? What if you improve your diet? Take certain vitamins, supplements, or herbal preparations. Make other lifestyle changes in the hope of producing a near-perfect immune response. In this video, we are going to tell you about the how to optimize your natural immune system to become 100% virus-proof. The video is going to be amazing, so make sure you stick till the end. What can you do to optimize your immune system? Boosting your natural immune system is not as difficult as one would think. It pretty much requires common sense and some discipline. The insusceptible framework is absolutely that, a framework, not a solitary element. To work well requires equilibrium and amicability. There is still much that analysts don't think about, like the complexities and interconnectedness of the insusceptible reaction. However, there are, deductively demonstrated, direct connections correlating to your way of life and improved invulnerable capacity. In which case, that means the impacts of the way of life on the insusceptible framework are interesting and should be considered. Analysts are investigating the impacts of diet, supplements, workout, age, mental pressure, and different elements on the resistant reaction, both in animals and in people. Meanwhile, living a solid, healthy way of life bodes well because it probably helps resistance capacity and it accompanies other demonstrated medical advantages. Healthy ways to strengthen your immune system. Your first line of protection is to live a healthy and wholesome way of life. Following general great well-being rules is the absolute best advance you can take toward normally keeping your insusceptible framework working appropriately. All aspects of your body, including your invulnerable framework, work better when shielded from natural attacks and are supported by sound living procedures. Here are some examples. Don't smoke. Eat a diet high in fruits and vegetables. Exercise regularly. Maintain a healthy weight. If you drink alcohol, drink only in moderation. Get adequate sleep. Take steps to avoid infection, such as washing your hands frequently and cooking meats thoroughly. Try to minimize stress. Keep current with all recommended vitamins and supplements that you may be lacking. Increase immunity the healthy way. Numerous items on store racks guarantee to lift or support invulnerability. The idea of boosting insusceptibility has both positive efficacy and long-term results. Truth be told, boosting the number of cells in your body, safe cells or others, to an optimized level naturally is really something worth being thankful for. However, for instance, competitors who participate in blood doping, siphoning blood into their frameworks to support their number of platelets and upgrade their presentation, risk stroke. Working to support the optimization of your natural immune system isn't particularly complicated. There are countless various types of cells in the SAFE framework that react to countless various microorganisms from multiple points of view. And we know that keeping your body optimized to produce insusceptible cells that help your natural immune system enhances and helps to optimize it. Researchers have found that the body is constantly producing insusceptible cells. In fact, when your body is healthy, it produces a lot more lymphocytes than it might potentially utilize. The additional autoimmune cells eliminate themselves through a characteristic interaction of cells passing, called apoptosis. Some before they see any activity, some get together to fight any virus or infections in the body. Research indicates that a higher number of cells is ideal in order to have an optimized natural immune system. And we know for sure that the best blend of cells within the SAFE framework needs to work at its ideal level. Immune system and age. As we age, our resistant reaction ability decreases. Thus, this adds to more diseases and more malignancy. As the aging population worldwide grows, so too has the rate of old age-related conditions. While a few groups age healthy and strong, for example like younger individuals, the older age groups are bound to contract irresistible infections and, much more significantly, they are bound to pass them on to others. Respiratory contaminations, including flu, coronavirus infection, and especially pneumonia, are a main source of death in individuals more than 65 around the world. Nobody knows with total certainty why this occurs, yet a few researchers see that this expanded danger connects with a diminishing in the immune system microorganisms, potentially from the thymus decaying with age and delivering fewer lymphocytes to fend off contamination. Whether the declining thymus indicates a drop in immune system or whether there are other changes isn't completely understood. Others suggest that with age, the bone marrow turns to be less proficient at creating the undifferentiated organisms that lead to the cells of the resistant framework. A decrease in resistant reaction to contaminations has been shown in older individuals' reactions to immunizations. For instance, investigations of flu antibodies have shown that for individuals over 65, the immunization is less successful contrasted than with healthy kids over age 2. The decrease in inadequacy, inoculations for flu and S. pneumonia have essentially flatlined the paces of affliction and demise in older individuals when contrasted with no immunization. There is a strong indication that there is a correlation between nourishment and resistance in older individuals. A type of hunger that is shockingly normal even in wealthy nations is known as micronutrient ailing health. Micronutrient lack of healthy sustenance, in which an individual is inadequate in some fundamental nutrients and minor elements that are provided from or enhanced by diet, and/or supplement can occur in this older age group. Older individuals will in general eat less and regularly have less assortment in their weight control plans. One significant inquiry is whether dietary enhancements might assist older individuals while keeping a better safe framework. This is something one should research and examine further and possibly inquire with one's primary care physician. Diet and your immune system. Like fighting any force, the immune system is an army marching on, and it starts with one's stomach. Healthy immune system warriors need good, regular nourishment. Scientists have long recognized that people who live in poverty and are malnourished are more vulnerable to infectious diseases. For example, researchers have found that certain particular dietary factors, such as processed foods or high simple sugar intake, will adversely affect the immune function. There are several studies indicating the effects of nutrition on the immune system of humans. There is some evidence that various micronutrient deficiencies, for example, deficiencies of zinc, selenium, iron, copper, folic acid, and vitamins A, B6, C, and E, alter immune responses in animals and humans. There are indicators that show the impact of these immune system changes on the health of humans and the effect of similar deficiencies on the human immune response. So, what can you do? If you suspect your diet is not providing you with all your micronutrient needs, for instance, if you don't like vegetables, taking a daily multivitamin and mineral supplement may bring other health benefits beyond any possible beneficial effects to the immune system. However, taking mega doses of a single vitamin does not. More is not necessarily better. Improve immunity with herbs and supplements. Extensive research by top scientists, medical doctors, nutritionists, and health food experts indicates that your natural immune system, when optimized, can destroy and protect you from any virus that you may get infected with, which includes the common cold and any and all types of flu or influenza strains from the past, present, or future, which include the coronavirus strain of the flu. Research indicates that by taking certain supplements, they can and will support insusceptibility, or in any case, help strengthen and optimize your natural immune system. These arrangements have been found to greatly improve invulnerable capacity and reinforce insusceptibility to where you are better secured against contamination and infection. Some researchers believe taking a combination of the right supplements will greatly improve your health and natural immune system. Here's an example of a short list of supplements that can upgrade invulnerability: vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, quercetin, monolaurin, elderberry, and echinacea, if these are taken daily or on a regular basis. Researchers have found indications that having an optimized immune system raises the degrees of antibodies in the blood, which benefit generally insusceptibility, meaning this can result in the optimization of your natural immune system. stress and immune function. Modern medicine has come to see the value in the firm, connected relationship of psyche and body. A wide assortment of ailments, including upset stomach, hives, and even coronary illness, are connected with the impacts of passionate pressure. Notwithstanding the difficulties, researchers are effectively examining the connection between stress and insusceptible capacity. Stress is hard to characterize. What might have all the earmarks of being an upsetting circumstance for one individual isn't for another. At the point when individuals are presented to circumstances they view as upsetting, it is hard for them to gauge how much pressure they feel, and hard for the researcher to know whether an individual's abstract impression of the measure of pressure is exact. The researcher can just gauge things that might reflect pressure. For example, the heartbeat, except such measures likewise may reflect different elements. Most researchers considering the relationship of stress and safe capacity, nonetheless, don't examine an unexpected, brief stressor. Rather, they attempt to concentrate more consistent and successive stressors known as constant pressure. For example, stress brought about by associations with family, companions, and colleagues, or supported difficulties to perform well at one's work. A few researchers are exploring whether continuous pressure negatively affects the resistant framework. Be that as it may, it is difficult to perform what researchers call controlled investigations in people. In a controlled test, the researcher can transform one and only one factor, like the measure of a specific substance, and afterward measure the impact of that change on some other quantifiable marvel. For example, the measure of antibodies delivered by a specific kind of safe framework cell when it is presented to the compound. In a living creature, and particularly in an individual, that sort of control is simply unrealistic, since there are countless different things happening to the individual at the time the estimations are being taken. Notwithstanding these inescapable hardships in estimating the relationship of stress to resistance, researchers are gaining ground. Does being cold give you a weak immune system? Pretty much every mother has said it. Wear a coat or you'll get sick. Would you say she is correct? Presumably not. Being exposed directly to cool temperatures doesn't increase your risk to disease. There are two reasons why winter is cold and influenza season. In the colder time of year, individuals invest more energy inside, in near contact with others who can pass on their germs. Likewise, the flu infection stays airborne longer when the air is cold and less sticky. In any case, scientists continue studies in this inquiry throughout the world. A few analyses with mice propose that exposure to cold may lessen the capacity to adapt to the disease. Be that as it may, shouldn't something be said about people? Researchers have performed tests in which volunteers were momentarily dunked in cool water or invested brief times of energy stripped in sub-freezing temperatures. They've considered individuals who have lived in Antarctica and those on undertakings in the Canadian Rockies. The outcomes have been blended. For instance, specialists reported an expansion in upper respiratory contaminations in serious cross-country skiers who practice long-term exposures. However, regardless of whether these diseases are because of the cold or different components, like the exceptional exercise or the dryness of the air, isn't known. A gathering of Canadian analysts that has inspected many clinical examinations regarding the matter and led to its very own portion research explains that there's no compelling reason to stress over moderate cold exposure. It has no impending impact on the human safe framework. Would it be advisable for you to wrap up when it's cold outside? The appropriate response is yes, and in cases where you will be outside for a drawn-out period of time, additional issues can occur, such as frostbite and hypothermia, which are a real danger. However, don't stress over invulnerability. Exercise. Good or bad for immunity? Regular exercise is one of the pillars of healthy living. It improves cardiovascular health, lowers blood pressure, helps control body weight, and protects against a variety of diseases. But does it help to boost your immune system naturally and keep it healthy? Just like a healthy diet, exercise can contribute to general good health and therefore to a healthy immune system. This was all for today. Hope you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit the bell icon for more updates and notifications. Stay safe, and we will be back soon with another video.